Welcome back to Bazooka Kickboxing and MMA. In today's episode, we're gonna talk about the rear straight to the body. And for some reason, we don't see it enough in combat sports. So I'm gonna show you some of the different ways to set it up and how to throw it properly. The first thing we're gonna talk about is how to throw it properly, because a lot of times when people learn that rear straight to the body, they almost sit their weight down. And the problem is I need my weight to go forward so I don't get enough power in my shot. So by sitting down, all right, I am changing angles, which lets me hit the body, but I'm not getting enough power and I'm not landing with the two knuckles to do enough damage. So when I do my straight to the body, it's important that I get up on the back foot. By getting up on the back foot, it lets me bring my weight down. So this way, when I throw my rear straight, boom, I can land the real part of my hand, the two knuckles straight with a lot of weight coming down and doing damage. By this here is almost more like hitting for a point. When I hit the body, I want to do the damage. So this way I'm coming down on an angle rather than sitting right down. So this is the way you see it a lot versus me, boom, coming forward and putting that weight behind that punch. I want weight behind everything. Okay, so finding that weight forward rather than down is number one. But the second thing is, how do you set that shot up properly? So I'm gonna take you through at least 3 different ways that I like to do it. The first thing you need to realize to hit the body is my opponent's elbows. I have to make sure they're out of the way to be able to land the shot. So first thing is using hand feints. By me lifting my hands up, I might get a reaction from my opponent and then I can smack underneath. So up and down, right? I want my opponent to react. The other thing I want to do is use a jab. By jabbing, my opponent has to defend, and by defend, they gotta lift up their arms. So by here, see, by punching up, I get them to defend. So ideally, even when I throw this jab, I might throw this jab on an up angle, forcing them to bring that punch up so I could attack under that elbow. Okay, so using the jab as a single, boom, and then attacking underneath. So I got one, using the feint or using the up jab to really slam underneath. All right, now the other thing I could do is mask the straight to the body by throwing a nice strong straight to the head. If I throw a power 1-2 to the head, boom, boom, okay, my opponent's gonna really shell up and defend, boom, boom. Now I'm gonna go to the jab, he expects to cross to the head, but now I go to the body, okay? So mixing 1-2, 1-2 will help you really mask that attack to the body. And those who are more advanced, I'll give you a little bonus one. And what I like to do is especially attack with the rear straight on open stance. If Diego goes southpaw for me, right? What I like to do now is I like to control this hand here and then really shoot my straight to the body. And just like the last setup tactic, a lot of the tactic comes here and then I mix to the body. As soon as someone goes north versus south open stance, everybody knows the power shot always wants to go to the head. So right from this position, you know your opponent wants to throw that big bomb to the head, or they think you're gonna throw that bomb to the head. This is where you have to mix it to the body to get your opponent to guess. So by using this lead hand frame control, I go to the body, go to the head, and I keep mixing up the different attacks to confuse them, okay? So that's the key to landing the body shot. So just remember, when doing the body shot, it's about finding the angle and the positioning of my opponent, especially those who are the MMA fighters. It's really scary just to throw a body shot and your opponent drop your elbow on it, and it's really dangerous to hit your hand. So the setup is really important. It's also really important now that when you hit the body, that's not the end of your combination. A good body shot, especially with the rear hand, has to set something up. So ideally, with my style of fighting, after I attack that rear straight to the body, it's the perfect opportunity for me to go to the head. So if I'm using my jab hand to move that elbow, boom, I attack the body, right away I'm gonna go slam to the head. It's important that you change levels with the combination. You work so hard now to get your opponent to get their hand to the body, and then you have to go upstairs. Especially if you set up the body a few times in the round or during the fight, you're gonna start getting the reaction that you want, is this. They wanna start being able to parry the right hand. Eventually, Diego's gonna get annoyed and he's gonna come down and parry that hand, which allows me to come up, boom, and hand up bigger shots, okay? So rear straight to the body, not only can it do damage if thrown properly, like I said, coming on that angle, not sitting down. So So if you set it up, land it properly, then go back to the head, the rear straight to the body can be a good weapon to finish your opponent. It's all about the setup and the placement of the shot. All right, make sure you keep liking, subscribing, hit the notification bell, and we'll see you next time at Bazooka Kickboxing and MMA.